Welcome everybody to the true RocketJump commentary for the last episode of VGHS ever. Ha 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 ha!
That's heartbreaking.
I know, that was really terrifying.
By the way, little goof there. We digitally made the banner bigger in the end of episode 5, but it's back to small size for this one. I just realized. This is Raul Panther from the Proto Man.
Wait, his last name is Panther?
Raul Panther the Third.
Oh
so we had. It was funny that we had. I remember we tried out a bunch of songs for this.
And we tried out one song.
Yeah.
We had one song. We had a Leonard Cohen song.
Oh, we can say it. Yeah. We can say it.
Yeah, the Leonard Cohen song, "The Partisan," is beautiful. It's a French Revolution song, and I guess the French don't respect web series. And no amount of money,
it was so
no amount of money would let us use their song, even though
you do something for the web.
The best use of that Leonard Cohen song ever. And luckily, I think this is even better.
Yeah,
so,
this is way better.
Well, we don't hate Leonard Cohen. We just hate the French people.
The French are hard to make deals with.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But then actually what happened was Joey was like, hey, I bet you my friend could like write a song, and then like the next day he had like a rough version of the song. We're like, holy crap, this is perfect.
It was amazing at how well it synced up. And I was like, do you have any sort of like, depressing like songs? And he's like, what he basically said back to me, he's like, no, I don't really have any no hope type of songs. So then he went off and wrote this over the weekend, and it synced up perfectly.
Real quick, that guy who puts the sign up for Ash and Shane's Whatever Room does not get nearly enough credit for nailing the placement of that sign.
He did great. He did great.
And by the way, it was Devin. Thank you, Devin. Devin Bagley, who
I
wrote
started this commentary by saying there's gonna be no silence, so I'm just gonna like occasionally be quiet to see who's the first person to help out. And
Say something. Oh, like keep track of it, like a drinking game?
Well, Matt, do you think are people going to be entertained by just a constant barrage of voices over the course of this?
Yeah, that's what you guys want to hear. All the RocketJump peeps talk about.
There's a lot of people that want to know. Are you guys? A lot of requests from the shop. People want these plaques. They want it's all about the Calhoun plaques.
That would be super cool.
Nice.
FYI, we see it all the time. Just in case you haven't seen it, that's a big request.
This is why we're bad at our jobs. It's like the most obvious merchandise idea ever.
They all love
no,
it.
stop.
They never would have
Whatever.
all season. They really
Joey,
want it.
what song are you playing on the banjo?
Well, it's the start of me playing Banjo and Kazooie's Game Over tune, but the actual production audio is me completely ruining the playing of the banjo.
Never played Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah, banjo's really difficult to play. It's just a hard instrument.
Do you know how to play
The game, though,
No.
much easier than the instrument.
Yeah. Did you end up re-recording the banjo song? Okay.
Yeah.
Who did it?
That was actually Igor, who has a banjo in his in his little sound setup at his place, which would mean like I'll noodle on this banjo like crappily over the course of us trying to like learn and trying to like spot the season. So there was that.
Yeah. Igor's great.
Is there a reason, Matt, the FPS team is always so just mean to Brian? Like, we never get
Brian
nice to him
sucks.
ever.
There's so many.
There's
There's been
a horrible group of people.
There have been so many requests from people talking to people like after this episode came out where they're like, "How come Brian doesn't go pro? He's really good." And it's like, "No, he sucks. Yeah, he's a jerk."
Well, every episode with Brian is about him sucking until he like has a moment of greatness.
There were a lot of
Unreliable.
There were a lot of discussions about Brian the character when you guys were writing the first season. Then we started cutting it. And we're like, oh god, he's a big weenie, isn't he? What have we done?
But a likable weenie.
Yeah, it seems like he's gotten
always
the
trying to do
team
the
out
right
of many
thing.
jams, and yet the team doesn't, because the team sucks more than.
Yeah, I mean, it's just Brian's a decent guy, always trying to do the right thing, and I mean, the FPS team's a bunch of competitive assholes.
And also, to be fair, someone made an incredible graph of everyone's KD ratios over the course of 3 seasons.
Really?
Yeah, and I think a lot of stuff made sense. Like Jenny is the best person on the team. Law's really good as well. We probably could have shown everyone else being slightly better. So
Moriarty died 10 times. Killed 2 people. This is because those people are just like placed in the scene whenever we need people to die.
Like red shirts.
It's a character beat if it's like Brian dies. But Brian's pretty perfect. He's like my Call of Duty ratio. It's like 60 kills, but like 60 deaths. Like it's like clearly he can kill a ton of people, but he just runs out there and does crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Here's John Salmon being amazing.
This
He
Yeah.
just places a camera. I mean,
Yeah.
up high.
Wow.
Amazing to the extent that he can
God.
put objects in front of objects.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
he looks
Harder
great.
than it sounds.
On TV.
Yeah. Oh my
Excuse
god.
me. Look at this lighting.
Poor
Look at
John's
that.
not here to defend himself.
I'm defending
season,
you,
by the
John.
way-
He's getting dogged.
I got
Yeah.
you.
That's his fault.
He wasn't here. He's too busy placing cameras at other places.
This season we got to upgrade our Grand Theft Auto floor. It was this big deal. They're like, it's gonna light up. It's gonna be different colors and stuff like that. And they did it, and we're like, the problem was at first was it only lit up one edge of the square, so it was like really lopsided.
janky.
Looked kind of janky. So they're like, oh, we need to double the order of LED things. So we're like, this was a lot of effort for this light up stage. And I guess this is the same kind of light up stage they do in like European dance halls and like techno music playing. So we had that. And the best part was, they're like, oh, you need a technician to, like set up the colors and like set and address the DMQ addresses and stuff. And it I think it took me 30 seconds to be like, oh yeah, you just changed this slider to blue and now it's all blue. And you change the slider to red and it's done. And the guy's like, I guess I
How much that guy
don't need... Yeah. Like I was feeling like a lot of money. I was like, man,
That's not a bad
how
job.
much? Yeah. And I was like, man.
Lauren, is there anything that you shot in this episode? Lauren shot like 500,000 pickups. There's like 4 DPs who worked on this.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously
Jimmy,
John's doing DP,
Jimmy getting out of the
Oh, yeah. Good
vehicle.
shot.
Yeah, right.
The
but no,
APC?
you weren't there for that.
No?
That was just me.
Oh God, no wonder it sucked.
No, pretty much at the moment we were in post-production, every time we were like, we need a shot, it's like, Lauren, come shoot this.
I don't know if I did anything in
I don't know if
this
it's
stuff.
the
I
same.
did a lot of stuff for episode 1.
Yeah, there's a lot. Well, that's the one that
That
had a lot
whole
of pickups.
news montage
Yeah.
leading up to America's Next Top President.
That was great.
I'm
That
just
was a
gonna
good
scream Lauren
montage.
every time.
And
there's a
that
shot.
day was a ton of fun because we got to wear those sweats the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Very comfortable day.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Got to keep those
Air
sweats.
quotes. Worth.
I think we put probably more effort into the branding of effort per
Corn
minutes of screen time branding for corn dog on a stick than like anything else.
DK loves corn dogs. Every season he's eating a
Yeah.
corn dog or purchasing a corn dog, right?
He doesn't eat these though.
He never eats them.
never
Those
eats
look
it.
toxic.
He's
I
always
would
sad.
never
No,
eat it.
season 1 he ate it, but then he ate half of it.
He always
and
gives
handed
it
it
back, right? He's always eating a corn dog.
Yeah, but you never
Is
actually
that on
saw him
purpose?
eat it. You actually don't know.
No.
You don't know. It could have been someone else eating his.
You know what?
corn dog.
Nobody's really made that as a plot. Nobody really called that out that his hair's back in this episode. I mean, to be fair, you don't really know
No,
how long.
I saw one comment
Oh, really?
being like,
Really?
How did his hair grow back so fast?
The idea is that this episode is supposed to take place like a week or 2 weeks after. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be
plenty
pretty
of time for hair to grow back.
Well, he got those extensions, right?
hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
He used his
Bosley.
coupon.
Yes. He used his coupon.
That's true. He did get the coupon, and they did that. They did some hair plugs for
So
him
true.
at the Beyond Two Souls Beauty Salon.
Yeah.
This was actually the hot dog cart, and you'll see in some of these shots, just has donuts in the little
Instead
like
of
glass
hot dogs?
In the
things
display.
for
Yeah, they're-
no discernible reason.
Yeah, they're bagels.
Yeah.
Bagels,
They're
yeah.
Everything
just
bagels.
hanging.
Well, you
It's called
gotta put
production
something
design.
in there.
Oh my gosh, wasn't this prop like a big?
It's the most expensive prop in the entire show.
Expensive.
How much is this?
Oh, it
It's
looks
like a
great.
$900
The bird, the
Bird.
dead
It
bird.
looks
because it's
Great.
because they
Those are the
don't.
ones we dropped off the roof too, weren't they?
No,
No.
those were
Oh.
$5.
No, because
birds.
that's a real dead
I almost
stuffed
had a heart
bird.
attack.
It's a real bird.
Yeah, it's
And I
like.
remember, I think Ellery was pretty nervous about dropping that.
Well, that
The
trash
trash
can
can.
is just full of foam,
Yeah.
So that
like
she-
foam fingers or whatever. So like it falls right
Bird's
into like a
okay.
soft bed of foam. And that's why she
By the way,
kind of delicately drops it in.
One of the biggest goofs in this entire season. At the very beginning of the shot, you see Wayne, production PA, pointing at the extras, telling them to cross frame in the background. You actually see him for a second at the beginning of that shot, like saying, "Okay, you're gonna go," and like waving to people.
I say the biggest goof is Brian killing his own teammates in this episode. No, it just looks like a student in the background.
Yeah, he looks
I
like a
did do
student.
something in this scene, except it wasn't a shot; it was a drawing.
Oh yeah, you drew. That's right. Lauren does a lot of like graphics and shit too. She does a ton of stuff. She's just like
I
super
made-
multitasker.
I made the newspaper for the proving the Tamagotchi
The
was alive.
newspaper, and he does awesome.
I put a lot of
graphic-
effort into that newspaper.
Is that you, Lauren? Is that your work?
No, not that one. It's the
Oh.
one on the digital.
The newspaper
one.
has this great guy. I forget what Freddie showed it to me. There's a line in
It
it.
was,
Which one?
The noob
It's
monthly or whatever.
Something with
Report?
Napalm.
Yeah.
Anyways, it was funny.
Oh,
He's also a
every-
funny writer.
thank
Wrote
you.
a ton of stuff.
I think is stuffed crust a partisan issue or
Yes,
something?
yes,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what it was.
I was very
A partisan
really
issue.
proud of that.
But Lauren drew the drawing that Key takes credit for, wrongfully here. With
Thanks,
the
Ellery.
cat. Joey, wasn't this a hard scene to edit?
Oh, it's difficult. It was really hard.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joey.
This was like one of the hardest scenes to edit. We
Yeah.
went over this. It's just there's a lot of coverage on it.
It's a lot of people.
It's very
It's-
dense.
Yeah.
Very dense. I think it's split over lunch too, so it's kind of like inconsistency.
I drew
with
this
some
one.
takes. Here it is. Lauren's drawing.
It hasn't.
It's a can.
They're impressed.
It hasn't
They
changed
really like
too much
it.
from the first version.
No, it's all like very subtle tweaks.
Yeah. Because the zoom in, like, see, basically the hardest part was getting Key to come up with the idea. Of
It was
it.
that beat.
Yeah.
The original edit, and it's not even, and it wasn't filmed that way. Is the moment where Keith turns back and looks at the poster.
Yeah.
I kind of just like constructed that out of. That's kind of like it was once we put that scene in, we were like, oh, once we put that beat in, the rest
Yeah.
of the scene made sense. It was
Yeah.
just the scene wasn't working for us before then.
Exactly.
Adam, our
There
boy.
you
Shout
go.
out to
Yeah,
Adam. What's up, dude?
Hey, Sebastian.
We had an idea for
Jake's going to
that.
get us coffee right now.
We had an idea. We had an
Any
idea.
moment,
Chai tea
Xavier.
latte.
We had an idea for Jake's thing there to have the background, like his room be insanely napalmed out. Like one of the ideas was have
Wait,
like,
green screen. We could just talk about how we didn't replace the green screen.
Yeah, what's up
because
with
we
this green
we
screen?
We
Oh,
just buy it as napalm.
Yeah, I guess.
That's all I had to say.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
screw
now
it.
everyone knows Matt.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's
We
that
want-
slop? Is that slop edible?
Oh, we did have a shot, but it just didn't
I
make
don't
sense
think
of the
so.
cool montage. It was napalm cool gruel fuel. Clearly, it was not so amusing that we had to keep it. So we removed the shot of the name. But
Yeah.
the idea is that it was going to be like super energy drink style.
Joey, I love your face there.
just there.
That was definitely a
Those
Joey
bagels.
cut. Joey would just find these weird. Joey, you always let Joey cut himself.
Clearly have
Yeah.
fun.
It was the weirdest takes.
Well,
Those are from like the first day of set.
every other take wasn't very good either, so I was like, might as well just cut it off here.
Hey Darnell, how do you enjoy the season?
Yeah.
Oh wow, throw me under the bus.
Yeah, this is the first time on commentary.
I know. I'm here.
Come on.
I'm enjoying it. I'm watching the part. I got a lot of like messages, a lot of followers because I was like there at the glasses and it's like you got 20 new followers. I was like, yeah.
How many Twitter followers you got?
Not as much. As
What's your
you guys.
Twitter handle?
At @D_II. Check it
It's
out.
confusing.
Boom.
There it is.
It's so simple.
Underscore
Yeah.
double I.
What's your name?
That's you. It's like, yes, it's me.
Here's our crack team.
Yes. it's
Darnell,
me.
from special effects to PA to superstar celebrity.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Accurate.
Next,
To Drifter.
one more season and I would be like just showrunner. Climbing around.
That's why Matt's cut it off
Yeah,
now.
that's what we did. Everybody wants to know why it's not.
Shut it
Fourth
down.
season, I was getting insecure about Darnell's abilities.
I'm growing.
Hey Clint, you're doing great at shot
Way to go,
right now, man. Nice job.
Yeah, Clint.
Hey, good job,
Hey, Clint.
man. Yeah.
You're doing a great job at shot bot. Look
Yeah,
at
you
him
blew
photos
it.
here.
Forget about you.
He's doing work though.
Yeah.
some people have asked us how the pro team lost to a bunch of JV.
A lack of
players.
heart.
Lack of heart.
Yep.
That's why every sports team loses. Is one team has more heart and wants it more than the
Rudy.
other.
Yeah,
Watch
Rudy.
Every time.
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
Watch any Super
Dude,
Bowl.
are you in my brain right now?
Breaking away.
Rudy and
the
Hoosiers.
Major League, the program.
Space Jam.
Space Jam.
I don't know
Space
if
Jam.
Jam.
Heart.
Varsity Blues.
Brian and he throw out. I love
So
it.
this is by the way, this is the house from season 1, the kitchen of season 1 when Brian runs in to grab the
through?
hot pocket. Where Calhoun is was the camera angle for the hot pocket.
I gotta say, this is where I know I'm a terrible director because I've never not known what to do in a scene more than this scene. I just froze. Thank God Harley was there dealing with this kid because we had a specific thing we were supposed to do with the kid and she was just crying
Yeah.
endlessly and nobody could place her anywhere. I just stood there like, Harley, just do something.
Yeah.
I think Freddie, you were much better too. You're trying to get her to do something. I was like, I can't handle kids.
So that puts to bed all the rumors of who Calhoun's child is, right? Everyone's
That
been
jerk.
thinking.
Yeah, of course you call a 3-year-old a jerk.
Yeah.
Most 3-year-olds are jerks, actually.
Well, that was a hard scene to edit too, just because of all the.
There was no good take.
It was just every shot, every second of footage of that scene was just the kid crying and running away from Harley.
just Harley,
So-
just being
Wait, hold on, here we go.
traumatized.
And the
Joey,
door
get out
doesn't
the door.
open.
Nice.
Very nice.
Smooth.
I didn't originally put that in. You guys switched it out to that shot, and I was like, really,
absolutely.
guys, really? You're gonna pick the take where I don't open the door?
It's a character beat.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
It was a subtle thing. We me being nitpicky, but I wanted to change that sign to be about the Napalm Bowl.
John Carmen
So you
is
see it on
back there.
Vimeo. It's not that.
No,
Napalm Bowl.
we're changing out the.
John Carmen
No.
taking his final bow here in the.
Look at John Carmen. Just awkward. Where's John Carmen? Just awkwardly standing in the back
Kill
there,
it, John.
Watching.
with half of the face of Shane coming out of it.
Yeah.
Well, a second ago, he was on the left.
What? He was on the wrong side?
Yeah, he teleported.
He just teleported.
Yeah, John Carmen teleports.
John Carmen
hold on.
can't keep continuity.
Wait, hold on.
I
No.
remember you tried to cut me from this scene.
Probably did.
You already shot a bunch, so you were just like, ah, screw it. Like,
Because it's just an awkward extra in the background.
yeah, it's just drawing attention away.
It's alright.
Who is that guy?
Ruby Dog. Everybody's excited.
That's who it is.
Point out Ruby Dog.
Watch this week at RocketJump. They're good.
So how many versions say we undercovered this?
Yeah, we were really nervous and upset.
This
when
one
we
took
came out
like
of
half a
it.
day. Didn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, this was one of the busiest
15.
days because we only had 2 days at this entire YouTube area for the cafeteria stuff. This is a huge scene. I think actually you left at the very end of it to simultaneously shoot another set of scenes, Freddie.
Yeah,
So
no,
it was
this
just a
heavy
super
day.
crazy busy day. And we just thought we didn't get enough of the audience and stuff reacting. We actually kind of changed the beat of it because it's supposed to be kind of like a longer beat of people listening. And well, here's what it really is. This is where our effort was. Originally, Calvin says, "Who the fuck's with me?"
Yeah.
And we're really excited about that effort. And then Harley said it at the end of that other scene. We used that instead,
Episode 5.
and it just wasn't working here.
Yeah.
It was like he would say the effort, and we didn't really have any reaction shots of anybody responding to it. But it works out.
I'd also say the biggest non-footage we have here is coverage of Brian and Jenny watching this happen.
Yeah, watch
Or
it. Like right
at
now, you
all.
watch
Yeah.
that too. So, bad filmmakers.
No, but it's so big. It's a big thing to try and tackle.
Hey, it's Mike!
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Mike.
Sorry, some of us are working.
Yeah, get back to it.
How many? Do we just get every poster we had and just placed it?
We have like 6 posters, and every time we move the camera, the production side has to just run. That's how you do stuff on a low budget, and print out like 6 things.
Why is that
Keep
room
them-
roped off
keep-
behabehind them?
What?
The room is, there's caution tape over the room behind them.
They're carrying it down. Did you not watch
Yeah,
it?
they're tearing down. Have you not watched the show? They're tearing down the school.
This is a construction zone. It should say caution is all I'm
No
saying.
caution because it's a construction zone. Is there yellow tape that says construction zone?
Probably.
If there's
probably
tape that
is.
says construction zone, please tweet it to Darnell's Twitter.
Yeah.
Is it Twitter again?
T_I.
Let us know.
Yeah, it's probably Instagram. Because it's stupid. I can't make videos anymore. It's okay.
You didn't realize that blue cable is gotta be fiber optic cable. It's the same cable as we have running up.
Really?
We should just.
And we just blew it up?
What do they have fiber optics
No,
for
it's
at
not
that
fiber optic
dead
cable.
refinery?
This is a refinery. They're not doing Wi-Fi up at the top of the refinery.
This is
They're,
great.
That you know of.
It's
Matt,
great.
how'd you shoot this one? I wasn't here for this.
I put a camera there, and Arthur made sure I didn't put it in the wrong spot, and there you go.
Yeah, a
Right
lot of
now.
the Field of Fair stuff was shot with you in one place and Freddie in the other.
Pretty much
place
the
with
entire.
2
If you want to know how,
cameras.
yeah, the end action scene. The reason it takes 24 minutes with like 3 days of shooting is because outside of a few scenes where you couldn't do things simultaneously, like the drifting stuff, I think me and Freddie were
Completely
split directing the
separate.
entire time. Like it was pretty much split unit for all 3 days, moving cast and crew across this whole area.
And that's Raul's trucks.
Yeah, like this is
right?
me doing this while Freddie's doing like a kung fu fight with Key or something. Like it's all just.
Did you see some car blog wrote up this episode because we featured the Ford F-150?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. It was like, yeah, Ford F-150 makes a great appearance in video games. And there was like a review, and it was like shots. It's like, this character, Brian D, is hunkered down at the bottom of the Ford F-150. Freaking great.
Well, campus, everybody.
There he is.
Sweet parkour, dudes.
What game is that? The parkour game.
Platform.
His ideas was weird.
That was a reach.
Cheers, Ed.
Huh?
It's supposed to be people who play Mario. Or whatever.
It was
It's a thing.
Field of Fire is a big honking game with a lot of stuff for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Here's Edge.
Well, no, it's platform speedrunners that didn't play.
Any game.
Matt is silent.
Matt.
Ah! Whoever, well, I'm not the only person who talks when it's silent. Nate, talk.
All right, explain this one, Freddie. Remember how hard this
This
is?
is a long one.
Cool.
Nate, take us through this shot.
All right, so Freddy rocks some sweet movie skills with this.
He actually trips over him.
He ate
I'm gonna
it.
show you where I ate it actually.
Yeah, see, very right there.
There.
Little block.
Block on the left.
There on the left.
It's off screen now. I tripped over that in one
Right,
right
here.
here.
Eat it. That, Jake, right? Incredible.
Embarrassing.
Me and Eric had to like, teach this kid how to throw.
I never
saw that.
Oh yeah.
I've been cringing every time I've seen it.
How long?
It's okay. You play it okay.
How long did it take to block and rehearse that long take?
It's so good.
You know what? We did this long
Right
take and
before
then a
lunch,
long
right?
take. Yeah,
Right before
I think. Yeah, we did it. We probably blocked him like not very long, like 10 minutes, and then we just the last beat we came up with after we shot it a few times was you coming in with the shotgun because that moment felt a little dry. So I don't know.
Let's talk about Jenny
fast.
killing everyone's buzz right here. This is another.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute.
Wait, well, here's the perfect reaction for us, Joey, right here. Oh.
But no, it's okay, Joey. I'm proving a point about what the show is about. It's just that winning doesn't matter.
It's always terrifying coming into it, be like, and this next scene is where we write a speech.
Yeah.
It's maybe the least favorite thing of any writer, at least to me. It's like,
Writing
and here's
speeches?
a person talking. Yeah.
And here's
I don't know if that's still my least favorite.
Really,
thing
it's
about
not.
it.
It's the thing I'm most concerned with because it's like if the speech doesn't work, the scene sucks.
Well, yeah, but you always do a good job with the big monologues.
Oh,
So, yeah, you know.
in real life and in fiction, right, guys?
Hey, look at that enthusiasm.
Hey, yeah.
Jenny has a sweet bullet
I was about
necklace.
to say the same thing. Too. That's because Lane's really good at her job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lane does
By the way,
good.
Matt snuck his gamer tag into the FPS team roster.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude, Claire,
Mine too,
yeah.
mine too.
Can you guess which ones they are?
Teach Claire.
Number
31
31 is
win
Matt's
something.
gamer tag.
Which
Yeah.
one? I can't read them.
So,
I just gotta-
Steam, Xbox. I want you guys to inundate his friend requests. Make those services unplayable.
You guys are
for
playing
him.
Destiny. Add me.
I'm
This
really
is so dated.
glad that
Add the
Jackson
cleric.
and Clutch found each other.
I know, I really
We
wish
could have
they-
just had them kiss right there. We were trying to figure out so many ways to get like some sweet
In
boy
actual-
smooches into
yeah.
the show. That would have been the perfect place for
There's a whole.
it. Wendell Jumpin' Jack subplot.
Wendell
that-
Jump and Jacks
yeah.
were supposed to end up being a couple, and it was supposed to be that they were going to be. Jump and Jacks was going to be the other.
You heard it here.
Yep.
We're pulling our Dumbledore.
Jump and Jacks was gonna. We already said it, but Jump and
Yeah.
Jacks was going to be the vice president for Shane.
Yeah.
And it's going to be that during the vice president
Debates.
they
Yeah.
find out they actually agree with each other, and then they get together and run as a single unit, and
Yeah.
everybody loves this adorable gay couple, and they all want to
He
vote
and
for
Shane are
Wendell.
going down in flames. Yeah.
And they're going down in flames, and then he was going to have to team up with Shane to take them down. But even when we lost that, we still wanted you two to essentially find love on the battlefield in episode 6. It just we never found a place for it. It
Yeah.
was gonna be,
Yeah.
it was gonna be a
Here's
jet.
Devin.
It was gonna be you guys were gonna kiss with an explosion behind you.
Oh,
Devin with a
that's
copy of
romantic.
Nintendogs. Why Nintendogs?
So he's like, I'm glad you guys.
Why
did
not
right.
Nintendo?
Devin Faraci, scourge of Gamergate, as a Gamergater.
And this
He
was,
picked that shirt, by the way, and it's possibly the best shirt he could have possibly.
This is how I roll.
I roll with Sonic. It's really great.
and this is a game shop in on
This is Next Gen
Wilshire
Games
called
in
Next Gen Games.
Koreatown.
This is the first day of
They're
filming.
Yeah, first day of filming.
First day of filming, like a week before actual filming. We put this together in like a night. We were like, can we film tomorrow? We should get the scene out of the way.
And Freddie was boom mopping. Like we had like
That's
people
why,
there.
that's why the audio's crystal clear in the scene.
I was gripping. Look at all this. Look at all that bounce work I'm doing.
You know what would have
there.
been nice? A little blood on Brian's knuckles as he pulled the N64 out.
Yeah.
Pulsating stream.
Just like this geyser of blood shooting out of his
Or
head.
Devin starts gurgling it.
Mine just made it real. This was the stuff scene we always went over, like how real is the scene?
Yeah.
Like, because
There was some real like carpentry horror music in one version of it.
yeah,
They murder him.
yeah, we put horror music. John Carmen wanted like horror music. When we did, it was just disturbing. Like, it wasn't funny.
So
Yeah.
scary.
It's like that's maybe my favorite kind.
His look at Brian right here is the
His
best.
face.
Right there.
He's my mom's favorite character.
It is.
Almost Brian friends him so much.
So Devin Faraci is swinging from a Nintendo 64 controller
Yeah.
cord in
And
that.
Brian saw murder. I mean,
Yeah.
this is why he doesn't get the girl at the end.
Yeah.
He witnessed a murder.
Yeah.
And just
Like,
Poor guy.
just to play a video game.
Also, you want to see some real acting? Watch Josh transition from "I witnessed a man kill a man" to "Let's get into a serious scene."
conversation about your dreams and goals and
Brian
whatnot.
starts with "I saw someone murder another man," and he ends with "I like this girl." Like we are. By the way, we are crammed into the corner of the room
to
Yeah.
try and get this shot because we're
Well,
right
they're
up
like,
against the
they're
edge
like
of it.
floating on like boxes.
They're actually
are.
sitting on they were sitting on apple boxes in order to get them far enough in front.
Oh,
Movie magic.
You know what's weird is that it's not an actual
story we
school
need to
called
tell.
Video Game High School. We had to construct rooms that weren't real and then put people that weren't actually students in them and
This-
pretend.
Boy, that's great.
Don't ruin the
That's
illusion.
impossible. I don't
This scene probably had the most like to me, I think this scene had the most like editing decisions in terms of shaping character and shaping reactions on this. Like it was probably like the most intense conversations we've had for the entire.
This one was a lot,
show.
and so was the scene in the bed at the end of episode 1. where
These
they
are some of
talk.
the most fun scenes to edit, in my opinion.
Yeah, well,
Like a
because you
very
get
subtle-
to see, and you also get
Yeah.
to see how good these
actors are.
Yeah,
Because you're talking about stuff where it's like you literally can see you see like the eye direction change says something there and it adjusts for the next take. It's like just so small detail.
Well, it's the
like,
scenes where the dialogue is not as important as what's kind of being said underneath the dialogue. You know, it's like when the characters, how they're reacting and how they're looking at each other and stuff.
And,
What's
those two are
really going
pros.
on.
Those two
A
are
moment to
real
talk
pros.
about Igor's amazing
Yeah.
score in this
So
moment.
Igor finally had enough time this season. I mean, every season's gotten better and better, and I don't even know how he pulled off the first season.
Igor's like the Scotty of the, you know what I mean? Like, it's like we just ask him for miracles. And then,
And it was like our primary goal in post-production this year was just to give him as much time as possible, give him like 4 months of this, and it shows. Like this is a soundtrack I would listen to I just listen to soundtracks, and if I didn't even know what the show was, I'd listen to the soundtrack, and this is cute.
I remember the first as I saw the rough cut with this without any sound, and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then I saw it with the music, and I like flipped.
It made it soar.
Especially my favorite part's coming. Oh, I love this shot, by the way. It's so epic. And then his bell hitting, like for whom the bell tolls.
Yeah.
But my favorite bit of the score is coming up, which is just like the new law, like Sergio Leone electric guitar twang is like chills. Especially because their fight is so anticlimactic. So-
Oh, that the law is still carrying his murder weapon.
Yeah.
Not yet disposed of it.
It's the safest place to.
As if people know that it's a threat. Like no one knows that it's a threat.
His hair.
Cans. I love them.
He's barely containing that ponytail he has behind him.
There we go.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I think a paint can is slightly bigger than 64 ounces. That's great.
No, that's exactly
64 ounces.
No way!
We were looking at what is 64 ounces, and we had to figure it out, and we were like, it's not that big, is it? It's a paint can?
Paint can of Monster Energy drink.
It's absurd. It's insane. How
That's
big
awesome. I didn't know. I thought that was too big.
And now we can just talk about how cool it is.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
235 is cool.
I missed
Brought
the
to you by
soundtrack. to The
Samurai
Rock.
Jack.
Igor's soundtrack was good, but when we were still putting it together, we used The Rock.
99%. It's funny because Igor is not his influence. I would say is not Hans Zimmer. Let's put it
No,
that way.
no, not at all.
And
It's much.
this episode, I'd say 95% of the temp score is you putting in The Rock and me putting in Gladiator. It's like
I'm glad that
and I
it
think
got
Brandon did all
changed.
his temp for this action, and again, it was like 90% The Rock. It was
Well,
just like.
it sucked because every time I'd watch the rough cut with the Rock soundtrack, all I could do is just just quote the Rock throughout this, and it's very distracting.
We actually screwed that up here. Ellery's in the main crowd
When she's leaving.
when they're going down. We're like, oh wait, no, she's the commander. She's not down here. But we're like, well, Doyle looks enough like Ellery. Maybe we get with her.
Yeah, you can find her in that crowd in one shot or two as everybody goes down the crest there. Chase is one of those guys that can
Great
make
bad guy line from
Yeah,
Chase
Chase,
right
well, he's
there.
one of those guys that can make a line funny that's just not funny.
Go
It's just,
get
there's
him.
nothing funny about saying go get him, but
Yeah.
he just makes it funny.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, we shouldn't have all been stuck together like that. Shit. You guys just died needlessly because we didn't think this through.
Clustering, guys.
So
Come on.
somebody
Everybody huddle in one corner.
so somebody counted the kills in this. It's like
100.
it's like yeah. Well, I was shocked when somebody put together the kills the whole season. I was just thinking about when they were doing that Indiana Jones comparison. It's like Brian D kills like this is a kid's show, and Brian D kills like 65 people. Like that's more than almost any action star. It's a
That's
lot.
like, that's tequila numbers from Hard Boiled
Yeah.
right there.
But yeah, I think Napalm. I think somebody was saying that VGHS kills like 52
Napalm players, yeah.
this year.
It's a slaughterhouse.
Dude, they were.
But if you're counting, that's
respawns. They got respawns.
Yeah.
No, but we
There's no
specifically say it's a no respawns match.
They got lucky. Glitch game.
Napalm cheated.
Napalm cheated.
Yeah, they cheated. Duh. Exactly.
Here's
These,
the F-150.
Hey, the F-150 makes its glorious debut.
This is the thing where we're like literally shooting over each other. Freddie is shooting this
I'm
stuff,
over in this half,
and I'm
Matt's in
shooting
the other
the
half.
trucks right next to it. And it's like people screaming,
meters away.
like, go drive, all across the board. It's intense.
You gave a great speech before we started filming that day about how terrified you were. All of the stuff we had to do. You were like, I don't know how this is going to happen, so please listen.
It was actually the same speech Patton gave.
It was. We had 32 of you guys, and you guys were all excited to be in camo.
Yeah, we
And
were
you guys
having too
were
much fun.
you guys
Nobody
were
was
talking
listening at
and throwing guns, and it's like everybody looked at each other like this. We were not gonna finish the scene if these 32 people are having a good time like this. It was like everybody be very aware this is going to be incredibly difficult. But I think everybody had fun, and still we got everything done.
Yeah.
So.
This part.
This shot.
Yeah. This turned out great.
This was a drone that we just flew over the battlefield just full speed for a few times, and this is I think the third time that we did it.
That's
but the
awesome.
pilot was pretty much just like I was like fly it towards that thing and pull up before you hit it.
Well, the hardest part was like keeping pace with that rocket.
Yeah.
Timing the rocket and
Really intense.
It was. It was expensive.
Yeah. This
Parkour
was-
guys, let's go.
This is one of those ones where also it's like how this happens. Like I think in the script it's like and they fight. I mean there's specific beats.
Yeah.
It's like they fight and we and Freddie had like we
No,
went-
we had them taking out the mortar nest and
yeah.
stuff like
I mean we had like essentially where stuff was going to happen.
I love that they had to climb up there to throw that.
Yeah, to
grenade.
toss it. That was-
Yeah, it's a
Why don't you
little, it's
shut
a little
up,
lame.
Danny?
It's a little lame. But that's what happens when you essentially choreograph 22 minutes in a day.
Yeah.
So we had this location scout once and we just kind of just walked through this and
Wow.
looked
This
at the
location,
script
by the way,
video
which
and-
does not exist anymore.
Yeah, they tore
you
down-
see this
Really?
exact spot in the Halo
Yep.
reference that we do.
Is
in
this,
Master
but they
Chief.
got rid of all the
Imagine
refinery.
all of this is gone. It's been
Just the concrete
scrapped.
pillars
It's
there.
completely missing at this point. And
It's more
Well, you guys
unrefined
blew
now.
it up.
Yeah, they blew up. Yeah, they had to take it down. We structurally ruined it. No, what was terrifying is that thing is like 8 stories tall, and when we went back there and they scrapped it, there's no foundation. It's that thing's just sitting on top of concrete. And when you're up there, it's like there's wind and it's swaying. It's I'm terrified of heights, and now that I know there wasn't a foundation.
if you had known that there wasn't a foundation,
I wouldn't have walked up
before,
those
you
stairs.
would
I love
never
how
have.
intense.
Why did the
this
Johnny
firefight
sniping
is.
shot up?
Yeah, the
2
ridge.
feet away
like
from
4
each
stories
other.
up.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the Naked Gun. Frank Drebin is about to toss his 6-shooter.
Well, what's
Right.
Tactics 101 right here.
This is one of those discussions when you have sometimes there's a benefit to not showing both sides. So you actually it's one of the few times we try to hide the geography as much as we can because ultimately it's just people shooting across the street from each other.
Well, because you're also it's like well they get held up there, and you could spend a good long time on that action beat, but also you kind of just keep it.
the hair.
Nathan Kress was just bored to ice dudes with
Yeah.
2 Desert Eagles. Like, this
so
is
good
like
at it.
Tom Cruise level,
He does
just
look sweet.
debonair.
Yeah.
And they would make him get into that slap.
Fake visual line.
Like everything about that shot is a lie. Like everything up to the moment with him and lie is just this calculated lie to get you as excited as possible for these stupidest.
I really wish Friends was here to talk because like there's
Yeah.
so many. I mean, I don't want to
We
say.
originally
I don't want
thought
to
it was
make
gonna
fun of
be
the
this
audience,
big
but pretty
throwdown.
much every single person who really actually likes Law in season 1, everything we've done is to say we don't care. Like every single moment is a response to you should not like the Law.
This guy is not a cool guy.
He's not a cool guy.
Cool guy.
A super hardcore asshole gamer is just a bad person. That's why in season 2 he's just
I think he's a kind of beautiful, wonderful
he's a
person.
beautiful, wonderful person.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
season 2
he's
is
not
literally an adult baby.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, why didn't he get revenge? I'm like, because he's just a dumbass. Like, he'd rather prove that he's better than this other guy who took his name from him. Frenzy, it's like you can blame Frenzy. We wrote the idea that
he's got this cool throwdown and like, yeah.
And then we were writing another scene, and I kind of just thought Frenzy was like on his computer doing nothing, like just kind of digging around. He's like, here guys, I just wrote like a lot of scenes. And we read it, we're like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Of course they just pull at each other's hair and go over. He came with the whole idea of they should just chase after Key.
Yeah, we were like in the middle of that standoff.
Yeah, we were writing that scene.
And
we're like,
then he was just like, what if he just says, I could kill Keith Cassidy? Here we go.
Yeah. And this is the one long take here in just a moment, and we'll just watch it. Is
Brian's
lean over to Frenzy and say, Frenzy, this is your last performance as the Law, and him when he's essentially crying about being 30 years old. His whole performance is the last thing he ever
Which is
shot.
a great
at.
joke, by
The
the
Law.
way.
Yeah.
He's
Every
incredible.
scene he's in.
Yeah, he's just
so
incredible.
good.
It's kind of weird that we found the exact proximity mines from GoldenEye.
Those are great.
And the sound design too.
They just happen to be like a prop that you can rent. And by the way, each one of those,
30-year-old man.
crazy expensive.
Really?
It's this, right? Yeah.
This is actual hurt.
Just milk this.
It's funny because he wrote this scene, and I was like, "What is this joke? I don't get it." And then he performed it, and I was like, "Okay, I get it now."
There's just so much hurt and anger in this performance for something so stupid. It's pretty incredible. He's spitting. He's so upset.
Amazing.
And then him just snapping out of it.
Yeah. Also, clapping your guns together turns them.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I love these like cartoon mask style exits both of them give.
Yeah. It's just two guys that are pure ego, and like neither of them really have a stake in them winning.
Yeah.
It's like New Law is just a mercenary. He'd rather just prove he's awesome, and Law does not give any crap.
New Law's got a great haircut. He's gonna be fine.
He has a movie deal in the works.
Yeah,
like,
you know, he's directing something on Disney Channel this month.
This was another crazy split day because Calhoun, Harley, had they were shooting their TV show for every mealtime, so we only had him for like a few hours. This is day one, right? And this is like a few hours that he would do the opening bit, and then this bit here.
Yeah.
We had to shoot everything with Harley the first day of the 3 days of this action scene, and we had to shoot it out by like noon.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember that.
So this was done incredibly fast.
That's great. Him dropping the gun's my favorite.
Yeah. It turned out well and brutal.
Just dropping the gun. It's so good.
But this is
This is like, yeah, again, like,
it's the last beat that really.
Yeah. There's always the idea that when a grown man comes into this game, it should just be like...
that may be the fullest extent of what fucking game is this, where you can like, turn someone's gun on themselves.
In the perfect world, the way that scene was designed, in the perfect world, we would have actually cast 13-year-olds. It was really supposed to be the idea of like, this is
butchering
brutal.
kids.
This is a man who's played this game for 30 years and is a true warrior.
There it is, Joey's MVP moment.
It's fitting that Jumpin' Jacks goes the way that he started, which is just
being a fucking idiot.
Does not contribute anything to any at all.
This helicopter never seen again. Brian plays that great too. Like, I'm gonna shoot you now. Like,
Brian
has a great look here.
Yeah. Oh, this reaction.
Jenny's great here. Great.
Of course he did.
like really in the end, he saw the green screen shot.
That was you, Lauren. That was Lauren.
That's Lauren's shot. Because we didn't shoot that moment where he says, "Let's find the bomb," and we realized we probably. Again, the thing you miss when you choreograph stuff really quickly and putting this all together, and this is another shot that we had to pick up. Is just sometimes it's the logistical kind of letting people follow actually the tactics of the battle.
Yeah.
So glue. Let's find the bomb. Ted surviving.
There's all this HUD to Clint did the HUD stuff, right?
Clint.
Clint, you did a good job on the HUD.
Hey, Clint.
Hey, way to go, Clint!
I love this.
Anyone who was expecting a cool throwdown, it just got ruined for them.
Not gonna get it.
So originally we were going to do this as a payload map from Team Fortress 2. Like that was the original idea. Was going to be the whole team having to push it, and it was like, this is an impossible scene to write.
Oh, so this is gonna be an impossible location to find.
Yeah.
Hey, can we find a thing we can
giant
shoot that also has a
minecart.
minecart
Yeah.
that we can push on tracks? So
That plant gag worked great. I remember the first time seeing that shot in when I was scrubbing through footage and I saw the plant move. I was like, holy shit! Was not expecting that
it's
plant
really
to move.
surprising.
Eli does some effects before us too.
What? Dangerous.
Eli is also our part-time personal trainer.
He's also a real sniper.
He's actually a grown man who's been in the military.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love this.
They're in the
What time we get out?
over there.
I love that little kill streak logo
That's
too.
awesome.
Yeah.
Also, last minute edition, we were like, wait,
It's like, wait.
make sense of this.
Wait, how does he get a plate?
Yeah. That scene in no way was supposed to have that. It's just like we actually didn't even have.
It was
that
really
line.
smart that we put that in there.
Yeah.
That you put that
It was put in.
in. It was put in.
happened.
The royal we put that in.
Was that a sync?
That's a brutal way to go. If this was real, if this wasn't a video game, this show would be so violent.
Like Rambo.
Really?
Did it like Rambo?
Yeah. Just bloodied it
Oh
up.
my god. Yeah, the 50 cal scene.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. How about that? We should just do a commentary. We should do a Rambo commentary.
In the original idea, it was all about how we were going to finally show RTS.
Yeah,
with
and
like
then
Shane and Key like playing on the RTS battles. But it was just so much more fun to have them in the actual battle.
Yeah.
But we still try to do like kind of Key as like the strategic person, but then put her in the battle. So wish we could have seen the machete more in that first shot, but oh well.
Good slap fight.
I think this is when we were. I think yeah. In terms of simultaneous shooting, I think you were doing.
Yep, I'm shooting this.
The ATV, by the way, very difficult to operate when both your hands aren't on it.
Yeah.
And I
That shot we also added because we needed to beat. That's a fake car.
Yeah.
It's a real car, but it's not really there.
I was gonna, both of them just absolutely killed that scene.
Yeah.
Completely.
Wait, how come they're not shooting Key? Look how long it takes for her to put the cut up. Be quiet. I don't know.
Big fun.
Call it editing.
It's a show.
It's a show.
Watch it.
There's cinematic time.
Cinematic time.
It's because they're out of bullets, duh.
There was a scene, and I looked back. We took it out of the script. This is one of my only regrets of the whole show. Originally in the script, we had a moment where they said, "Where's Law?" and he said, "It's just us now."
Wait, that's in. Is that in the
It's not in the script because I was like, "How come we didn't shoot that? Did I miss that?" And I was like, "Why did we take it out of the script?"
I don't know. Yeah.
Where's
The show
Law?
sucks now. That could have been great. That could have been a great moment.
Yeah.
But oh well.
Still gonna miss.
Still gonna miss. Sometimes you miss stuff. It's probably during the time where it's like we need to trim pages for some reason and lie to ourselves that that show.
We gotta get this down to a lean 30 minutes.
Yeah, we gotta make sure that this is only 35 pages and the episode still comes out 55 minutes. Doesn't matter how many adjectives you get rid of, it's the same thing you're shooting. So.
Once again, the Ford F-150.
A commercial.
This looks like a car.
I know there's an area where in the perfect world this location would be much bigger and it would be like they're driving towards the thing, but
Yeah, you're like
essentially-
he's weaving through rockets and stuff
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
just doing donuts.
It's called having a budget. So in a perfect world, there would be constantly moving towards the thing and flying across the battlefield so that people are running. But oh well.
You know, you can't drift in a straight line, Matt. And drifting is
I
his
shot that.
specialty.
I shot the
Oh, I shot this.
Yay!
Cute little kid.
So this,
so cute.
this was a moment we came up with in season 2.
Yep.
When we were talking about why Ted was a racer. And then I think, Mike, you were there. We were spitballing on it. And then, Matt, you came up with this wonderful idea of him having this memory of when he was a kid. And it was like his only good memory with Freddie.
We kept trying to put it in. It was in like 5
Yeah, it was in the
episodes.
Purgatorio episode
Yeah.
at one point. But it was just, Ted wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, and then we're like, of course, it's like the final moment of his character.
Oh.
I love this death scene so much.
Yeah,
It's so oddly affecting, even though it's like not anything.
Yeah.
It's like the one time this kind of kill happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy did a good job with
Yeah,
this.
Jimmy got hit in the slow kill.
Slow kill.
The ship out of danger.
But that's also what makes it effective.
Yeah.
It's like you can play with that, and
Yeah.
they're doing that trip. Like there it is.
Yeah, that's fun. So this is like the first shot idea that we had, and I didn't think we would be able to pull it off because it's nuts. But Playfight managed to make it work. So this,
here we go.
This is a drone shot moving upwards that we reversed.
You have to sing the Isengard theme. Bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum,
Yeah.
bum, bum,
full
bum,
CG
bum,
guy, and then blending into this other one take.
That's great.
Into like a
This was
minute
ridiculous.
one take here. Pretty cool.
Yeah, this
I
is
guess.
definitely something.
Why don't we never
use
use that breathing apparatus?
Yeah.
This place was just full. This place was just cancer dust. Like the entire location. Sorry for everybody who worked on this.
Jump in if you want some.
It was a tetanus.
But then we do have one take blend, which happens right here
Yeah.
with the
Two
with
takes.
the thing. And what was tough about this sequence was that the sun kept disappearing behind clouds and not. So you'd have different altering hard shadows, non-hard shadows across subsequent takes. So here is no
My favorite
longer
part
hard
actually is
shadows.
just Jenny punching this guy.
Yeah.
I feel like the idea that you just kind of lose Jenny for a moment when you come back. She's just like taking it.
That briefcase gets a lot of kills. Like this, like you know, if I had to spec myself in Field of Fire, I'd pick the briefcase every time as my.
What's the
melee weapon.
KD ratio of the briefcase?
Yeah.
Isn't that a perfect example of split? Well, not shooting so much, but Freddy was doing the fight with Key and Shane, and there wasn't really anything for me to shoot at that moment, and they were finishing it up. So I took Eli and Eric, and we just started like I was like, well, we essentially have 20 minutes to choreograph this one take. So I started choreographing it and going through it, and then once Freddie was done, he came in, and then we just finished it up, and then we shot. And then we spent the next 2 hours shooting it. So again, it was just like nonstop.
I love that little moment between the characters. It's a really nice little lull in the action.
And then now we're back again to link. I think we're linked up, and this is the last.
Yeah. So essentially the last day was. Well, sort of linked up. So like this is another situation where like I'll be doing Jenny sniping up there while you're doing Brian doing this stuff. But yeah, this was the last stuff we shot. We essentially started big, and each day we got smaller and smaller. So the last day we were just shooting essentially in this location with these 3 actors and all the stunt guys.
I like cowboy hat stunt guy.
Yeah.
He shows up here and
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
This was kind of important to us because we knew we wanted to use all 3 of them, and we wanted to be able to track what was going on. So I don't know. I'm pretty proud of it. There's a few kind of nice loose shots to show. We wanted to make sure the geography was really clear.
Yeah, they're all kind of moving towards the objective here.
Everyone's always asking why Brian doesn't get recruited to the Panthers at the end, but the real question is, why doesn't Key get recruited to the Panthers?
Key's 0.
Fucking smokes like 6 dudes with a pistol in this scene.
So this was cool. This was
I love that kill.
They were like Jackie Chan. We knew he was going to use the briefcase, and we just wanted to start using the briefcase as a weapon throughout the scene as much as possible.
That briefcase ended up pretty much destroyed by the end of the shoot.
But stuff like this, so like knowing it's like, okay,
But
let's establish
the
where-
last one coming up is my favorite spinning plate tension kill.
Yeah. But it's like, so here, you see where Jenny is, and then when Brian moves, what do we do? Oh, hey! You see where everybody is. Geography.
It's important.
Way harder to do than you would think.
Yeah.
Like as basic as those 2 things are.
And here's a frenzy moment.
Oh my god.
Once written was never changed.
Yeah, make sure you check out the BTS.
Again, there's no way Frenzy was going to allow himself an epic death.
Yeah.
It's like, they do this. Everybody assumes everything we do is CG, so like...
This is real.
This is real
You know
life.
how hard that would be if that was CG, we would not be making movies and we'd just be an FX house.
Yeah.
And then,
We have the footage of the GoPro that was inside of that truck in
Yeah.
the BTS episode for the.
That's actually a way harder hit for Eric than the Mustang flip.
Well, you know what's funny is like that kill in the script was supposed to be like the most anticlimactic car wreck of all time. Like they just kind of hit it and like just explode, and then it's like one of those things. It's still awesome. Like it came out friggin' sick, but it definitely like looks way more spectacular than we kind of pictured it.
You should have seen
That's why you play the beat it and survive.
Yeah, well, you should have seen the discussions that me and Freddie were having with the stunt guys. We're like, yeah, we want the car flip to be as anticlimactic as possible.
They're
It's
not
like,
used to hearing that.
and they're like, you guys are paying for this. Like, let's just do this, and then eventually they just talk us into like, you're right. They should, if we're gonna flip it, it should flip
Just be a big flip.
we did bring down the. We did bring down the ramp height a couple times.
Yeah, just so
That
that
was a
it was
big
more like
discussion.
we wanted to more just like tumble. So that's what we got a huge tumble.
So this was one day, a green screen day of just like
He
this
salutes both of them
jet-
before he kills them.
He's polite.
jet cockpit that we just had. It was just in our parking lot.
Yeah, that was sweet.
And it was just like, I guess it's jet
We
cockpit
rented
day,
it. We didn't
guys.
just have it.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It was outside in the parking lot. It
Yeah.
was just a jet cockpit outside. It was
Good
weird.
sound design here.
Yeah.
Try quickly. And then I guess for this one, it's always, because we've had Jenny take, good sniper shots, season 2, Big Mama as well. So it's just trying to come up with, like, what is a good, impressive kill.
I think everybody who's played Battlefield knows that's like the ultimate sniping a dude out of a jet.
The one thing I regret we never got into the show is this Duke loop. That would have been so cool.
Yeah.
Yay.
Explosion. Not CG.
Boom.
So, you guys were having the longest argument about whether to keep in widescreen for that explosion.
Yeah.
And I can't help but notice Freddie won that argument.
Right, right.
I don't win many against, but the ones I do, I win
It was
hard.
just about whether or not we stay in 2, 3, 5 on the explosion or on the cut to the audience, because originally cut to the audience. But doing on the explosion, as Freddie wanted to do, was the correct choice.
Yeah. No, there's no such thing as right or wrong, Matt. Only
So many hugs, I love it.
Well,
I like Calhoun just
it,
did
al-
this thing.
it almost was
I haven't
not
hooked it
that,
yet.
Freddie, because of our export QC.
We actually changed.
Yeah.
You guys tweaked this a
So
little
we
bit,
tweaked
right?
it, so and we
We
kind of did it
fixed
because
it
we were
back.
finishing up 6 so quickly at the very end here, and we listened, and we're very happy with the ending and stand by pretty much every single decision there. But we couldn't help but notice some people felt it was fast, and actually Des had this note when we did this premiere screening which was just to let us slow down a little bit. So we had about 7 seconds of more hugs and whatnot.
Just more hugs.
I was going to go into more, but here we have
Marsha Brady,
Marie
ladies and
McDormand.
gentlemen.
Oh, she's
Marsha
great.
Brady.
She was great. She was
And,
lovely.
and of course, she like kind of makes perfect sense.
Yeah, of course their mom is Marsha Brady. And there's like a whole weird mom theme going on at the beginning when they're like talking about
Like, it's gonna crush your expectations.
Yeah, it's gotta be hotter than moms. Using the term hotter for that is just weird.
I love everyone is crushing this scene. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, this is.
I love it that they're just so shitty. Congrats, you won a video game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it does kind of sum up the show
yeah.
a little bit, right?
Yeah,
It's like in
there you
real
go.
life, there are people with money.
Yeah.
They're gonna still get what they want, and in the end, they lose, but they still win. They're getting in their private jet. They're still rich.
Well, it was again. There was a big conversation about like how best to have them get their comeuppance here, and like it was like we went through all these different takes, but this was definitely the one that like they deserved the most.
Well, it's just all it is that it's not going to change the reality of their situation. They're still rich. They're going to do stuff. It's just what you do is actually you just reveal they're just horrible, terrible,
little spoiled brats.
Well, and not in a cool
I
way.
love Nathan here. I love this. It's just like he's just figuring out his whole
completely
career right now. He's like, all right, I gotta call my agent. I'll see you guys later.
Because there's a lot of ways to be terrible and cool, like right.
Yeah.
It's like those guys are terrible and cool, and it's just like let's make them terrible people.
Pathetic.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
They're just pathetic. Let's just show that
That's
they're
how they
pathetic
lose.
people.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Yeah. Sure, Stacey.
More hugs, here we go.
Bo, we love it. And
Double hug.
Calhoun sells it.
There's some great.
We were joking about like how many celebration cheering scenes we've seen in VGHS.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Oh, hold on.
Again,
Oh my
another
god.
just-
Oh my god, it's happening right now.
Love friends and friends.
Blade landing.
Oh,
Frenzy
so
insisted on doing the blade landing, and it's just
That was his second blade pose this season, right?
Yeah.
Beginning of the season.
Yeah, he has another
Blade
one.
pose.
This is it's really a hard scene to edit just because pretty much every take from Frenzy
It's
was
gold.
is
Gold.
gold and just totally different. So it's just a matter of what you wanted to do with the scene.
him and Crest both are.
Would you like to slip?
Yeah.
Every egg.
Well,
so great.
yeah, I mean, and actually, Joey did the first cut of this, and what he did that is incredible was this incredibly just fast back and forth between them in that moment where they're just like
We're basically perfect
equals. Yeah. Well, that's what was incredible is
Yeah.
how fast Nathan Crest. It's hard to be as fast as Frenzy, and Crest was just going with whatever
Oh,
Frenzy
yeah.
was saying.
Yeah.
And just killing it.
Yeah.
Ah, so good. Off into the
Here's a
sunset,
little
sort of.
longer.
A little Casablanca, walk away.
Yeah.
I like that his last line. Maybe we'll live.
Yeah.
So we also say that Law didn't have an ending. Law did have an ending. Law found true love finally.
Yeah.
It just happens to be himself. Like that is Law's story.
Yeah.
Law is only going to be happy with himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he finds a friend.
Some men are islands.
Yeah, exactly. So who would you have on an island with yourself? Joseph?
Hey everyone, let's all bail on Brian as he's about to get his heart ripped out.
Hey, we can tell it's gonna
No,
be
Brian
awkward.
doesn't need a friend right now.
No, that's the thing.
We're off.
So, the, so,
I know,
He's
I'm
ready for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so by the way, the extras here are all running a giant loop,
Yeah, same
going in
people.
out this door, taking a right behind them. You're not really seeing them in this shot. They're taking a right, circling around, re-entering
running.
the building, and then exiting the door again.
But also I want to say that I remember we edited. Freddie was like, "This is a little farther back," but he whispers into Ted's ear, and Freddie said, "Oh, Key is saying, hey, we should let them be." I was saying they clearly are playing that they are going off to have sex. And then the very first day of the binge viewing, somebody put like a Tumblr like
Yeah, the
icon
same
out
thing, yeah.
saying
Yeah.
because that's how they're playing. I have to ask Jimmy what they said to each other, but
'Cause I thought it
guarantee
was-
you they're making that decision
Yeah.
that the two of them are celebrating.
Because I thought it was he explaining who these people are, and then Jimmy going, "Oh, it's Chocolate Tour."
No, but Jimmy's O is like,
Yeah.
yeah. And they run off.
Yeah.
I still stand by my assessment.
Shows nothing but teen.
So I do love that, and I love our fans, but I do love that for our 90% male audience, like this was the most controversial choice we made in the show. Like this has definitely been like the most hotly debated kind of story moment with Brian and Jenny.
And what's weird is that it's one of the few times where I think binge viewers, the speed of the finale and stuff, had a more. I always thought it was gonna be more split, but like when it came on YouTube, it's less so than it was before. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely. I mean, people will want Brian to stay with Jenny because the male audience identifies as Brian, and they want to think that they'll have their high school sweetheart forever. But it's
I mean,
not
that's the
gonna
thing.
happen.
It's like, no, we talked about it. It's like we talked about it. Talked about it.
Yeah, talk about it,
It's like
absolutely.
learning to let go of your first love is like a big thing that a
a
lot
rite
of
of
high
passage,
schoolers
yeah.
face, and we thought that was like the most thematically. You know, we always talk like the difference in stories is going from what you want to learning what you need.
Yeah.
And
So a really quick moment right there, because people have been asking about it. Brian goes back to video game high school. Like, he doesn't go home to toil forever. Like, that's why Calhoun gives him the mop. They're going to mop up. So there's been people who have been like, they're dissatisfied with the ending because they think he's just done with VGHS now.
No,
but
summer break.
he's definitely not. He's in summer break.
Summer break. And this was actually, again, to us, it's like there's no questions left to be answered outside of, sure, what do they do? What job does Brian have when he's 40? And does he get married and have kids? But the story's over. Like, these people are all happy. Like, Jenny's happy. She's going there.
And
Brian's
he's happy
for her.
There's a plaque in the background.
He keeps the plaque. That's a little detail.
Oh, really? I never noticed that before. Oh, that's great.
And this is the whole thing. We did have a version of this scene where Ted had DK's jacket and talked about being DK. And Key was like, I am doing this classroom. And Brian's like, I can't wait for my semester. And it's just like, who cares? Like, he has 3 friends and they play video games and he has a group of friends now.
What if Ted just pulled out weed at the end of that scene? Hey guys, Brian's here. Brian's like, I got the bong, guys. Smoke up, and that was the ending. It's video game
university.
Video game high school.
This was actually a very difficult shot because of this tree.
Friggin' branch.
This tree made our life
We couldn't cut their branch.
Some techno crane action.
Straight back under the tree and then up. Yeah, anyway. Well, that's Video Game High School.
3 years of our lives.
3 years of lives.
I'll say
and
that
the reiteration of the main theme finally at the end here.
When we did the screening, the Indiegogo screening, like I kept it together through all of it. Like even like episode 4, which I was like, and I felt like I'm not gonna cry at the thing I wrote. That's so gross. But then I held it together all the way through until the Proto-Men theme came. I mean, not that until the theme came in and the credits rolled, and I just started bawling. Like, but yeah, it was a good time, guys. It was a good show.
Good 3 years.
That was a good one. Well, thanks for joining us for one more commentary, and hopefully we get a couple more in with the rest of the stars, and we'll see you guys soon.
No season 4.
Sorry.
Stay tuned for the animated show.
No petitions. No season 4. No Video Game University.
Goodbye.
Thanks so much for watching.